So today is a really big day. One, I have the camper shell back, and it's from paint, which is exciting. And I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like, because right now I have it flipped over, but later I'll show that to you. But right now we are going to be moving on to insulation, as well as adding it's basically a speaker carpet to the inside of the camper shell. I've been needing it. I've been like really wishing I had it for the longest time, especially hanging up things like curtains, being able to use Velcro, so much easier. Plus the added insulation, as well as moisture control. You don't have as much condensation building on that fiberglass. I'm gonna start by degreasing the camper shell, get it very clean. I'm using some 3M Super 77 and some Reflectix for starters. And I'm just gonna start laying down an entire base layer of insulation. And so no one freaks out because it's a new paint job, and yes, I am a little worried about it, but I'm trying to do my best here. With the cap being flipped over and on the fresh paint, I've laid down my old truck mat, the old rubber bed mat, so that's laying down first, followed by a tarp, then a piece of cardboard, then a bunch of towels and blankets to just cushion this while I'm basically standing on top of it and working inside here. I think also the best plan of action is gonna be to work from like here down, and then work this way across. That way I'm not stepping on the work that I just did, and I'm gonna try and treat it like you're sweeping a room, where you're just gonna start in the furthest area and then work your way to the entrance. Reflectix, I've got 4 of these rolls. It's probably more than I need, but I wanted to make sure I had enough. These are 12 inches, so 1 foot by 20 feet, Super 77 by 3M. I use this actually, if you remember, to do the headliner on the Prelude. It's holding up still years later, so I'm gonna give this a shot again. I'm gonna work my way all the way around, get this thing totally insulated. Pretty sure, oh, and I have 4 of these cans. 4 of these, 4 of these. We'll see how far that gets me. Little update for you guys. This is where I'm at. I just finished up with the first roll with some scraps left over. I was able to do all of this and a little bit on that side. And now I'm gonna start on the second roll. This will end up taking me about 2.5 rolls altogether. So I'm gonna get bussing here and keep knocking it out before the sun goes down. Okay, another update here. I've managed to get the entire thing done in the Reflectix. As you can tell, there's a lot of pieces, lots and lots of pieces. I don't want to see a bunch of seams. I don't want to see any fiberglass. It's just this, it's a lot of work. Obviously it's a new day. I'm actually down here at my dad's using his garage space. Later on today, I finally got a day off of work and it's supposed to just storm and rain all day. So I'm gonna try and knock this out in the garage today. Take a look at this. This is the speaker carpet that I'll be using to basically line the inside of the camper shell. It's pretty malleable and I think it'll seat nicely in the creases. Velcro sticks to it. I like the color. So I'm gonna use the Super 3M 77 or 3M Super 77 to adhere this to the insulation. And I'm thinking I'm gonna do this in 5 different cuts of fabric. 1 is gonna be this section here. 2 is gonna be this section here, 3, and then 4 would be on this side. 5 would be the top of the camper shell. The reason I'm doing that, and I'm gonna do it in the order of sides first, then the end caps, and then the roof. When you're standing outside the truck looking in, you hopefully won't see the seams in between the different sheets of fabric. this side is complete. That marks 3 out of the 5 pieces, so I just have to do this side and the top piece. So it's again another new day. Got the camper shell on here just to kind of show you guys how one, the paint looks, and two, how the carpeting and insulation came out. I'm actually really stoked with it. It didn't take all that much time, but I took my time. I do still need to go and kind of clean up the paint because I did get some spray adhesive on it. Shouldn't be an issue getting it off. I just need to grab a little rubbing alcohol and wipe it down. But look at the paint match. I need to buff the this portion of the truck still, so it's not as glossy as, say, like the front door up there. But as far as colorway goes, it is, I think, spot on. I don't think it could get any better as far as matching the aged Toyota paint on here. And they did end up removing my primer that I put on there because obviously it was kind of cheap primer. So they wanted to use a nicer primer along with their nice base coat and nice clear coat. So overall, it works really nicely and it came out looking like a factory finish. I'm super stoked on this. As for the inside of the camper shell, the carpeting came out so dang good. I ended up doing it in those 5 pieces as you saw, and everything just kind of meshed together nicely. I ended up doing the 5 pieces, and I think you can see like a seam there, but that's about the worst of it. I can live with those seams. The insulation, the padding is gonna be very nice, just having a little bit of cushion up in there along with the carpeting. And then now, once I have the windows in, obviously, I'll be able to use Velcro to basically create blackout curtains. Whereas before I just had to use some traditional style hanging curtains, which didn't really block out all that much light. I started getting some quotes from some paint shops to see what it would be to get this camper shell repainted. And I wasn't sure at that point if I wanted to DIY it. So I wanted to get a quote, see what it would cost to have it professionally done. Called a few shops. It was about $500 to $1,000 to get it painted professionally. And a buddy of mine actually mentioned that I should reach out to Chattanooga State because they have a auto body shop where they will take on projects, charge nothing for the labor because it's a learning experience for them. But you just pay for the materials, and that's basically what I did. The guys over there and the ladies took on this project of the camper shell painting, and they did a phenomenal job. Very professional. They went out there, buffed a part of the cab, and basically took a digital reader to get a code reading of the paint on the truck. The aged paint too, not just necessarily what they sprayed from the factory, the aged paint, and they compare that to a database of thousands and thousands of paint colors, and they choose one that's gonna match the color of the truck. So that's what they did here. I'm super stoked with it. I got some footage of dropping it off, and they even got me some footage of actually painting and clear coating this thing. So I'm gonna roll the tape. That's it for this part. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got something out of maybe watching me line this thing with the insulation and carpet. There's a lot of work and one of the bigger steps in this camper shell restoration project, so I'm very happy to have it behind me. Last thing I think is I can cram it into one episode is going to be reinstalling everything. The glass, the lift glass, the struts, the gas struts. I got a new brake light for it. I've got to actually seal the bottom of it. So little stuff, I think I can get it done in one video, and look forward to that basically. It's gonna be the final completion of the camper shell restoration, and I can't thank you guys enough for continuing to watch these videos. And I do really hope you're gaining something out of it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, comments below. Subscribe if you want to. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Keep elevating.